In this particular example, we're going to set up a very basic worksheet and begin to label various options on the worksheet so we can get to work. When you first start a worksheet, you may want to type a text identity for the worksheet at the top left corner to help you quickly identify the purpose of the particular worksheet in case the file name alone does not make this clear. Next, you're going to want to label your columns and rows accordingly. Here, we're going to work with an example where we're going to develop a worksheet to track the student class sales for 5 different students over a 6-month period of time. I'm going to go through and set up some labels, show you what I plan to do, and then we'll look at it in detail in the next tutorial so you can see what I've done to create the finished product. In the top left corner, I'm going to give this workbook a name of Team C Class Sales, and because it's a label, we're going to start it with a single quotation mark, Team C Class Sales. Now I'm going to start labeling rows first, and we need to type in 5 student names here. Now because this is a label, single quotation mark, Barton, A. Press enter. Single quotation mark, Caruso, L. This will give you a basic idea. I would work down until I've got all 5 students' names provided here. Now I'm going to go up to cell C2. And now I'm going to begin filling in the column labels. Since these are sales that we're tracking for 6 months from the month of September on, we're going to type single quotation mark, September 04. Now here, let me show you something. Usually I tell you to press enter. You don't always have to do that, however. For example, I've typed in the label I want to use, and now I'm just going to press my right arrow key. You'll see that the label I typed has been entered into the C2 and allowed me to move on to D2 to fill in the next label. Again, type it with a single quotation mark, October 04. Now I'm going to begin setting up something else I want to show you. I'm going to go down to cell A9 and I'm going to type in a new label, monthly subtotal. And starting here, I'm going to create formulas that will allow me to add up each student's sales for each of these 6 months that we're going to be dealing with. So I'm going to show you how I type in a very basic formula here for doing it. I'm going to be tracking data from cell C3 here to cell 7. So I'm going to type equals sum, parenthesis, C3, C7, close parenthesis, press enter. Now, I need to create the same kind of formula to match for the D column, the E column, the F column, the G column, and the H. But I'm lazy and I don't want to do that. So here I'm going to click on the first column. And remember I talked to you about relative and absolute cell references. Here we're dealing with relative cell references, so Excel will adjust my formula to fit the other columns when I copy it over. So I'm going to select this cell, go up here, select copy. You'll see the strange border around the cell. Now I'm going to go to cell D9, select it, and then I'm going to press my shift key and then press my right arrow key until I go over to the H column, and now I'm going to press the edit to open the edit menu and select paste. And now I've got a different formula for each of these columns, and notice up here that the formulas have indeed adjusted to fit for each new column. Now let's go ahead to the finished product here where you'll see it all put together.